Happy Wednesday. We've got arms and core today, and we are going to get right into it. As I'm explaining these first two movements, you guys are going to get started with some plank punches. So all we're going to do here, we're going to be back in this high plank. We're going to punch and punch, punch and punch. Now, you've got a few seconds there. I'm going to explain the first few movements as you guys are going through that. If you can't do both at the same time, hold that high plank and watch me. Now, our first movement is going to be a hammer curl. You're going to grab 2 dumbbells, and a hammer curl is different than a bicep curl in the sense that my hands are actually not going to change position here. I'm going to come straight up and straight down. A typical bicep curl, you would come out like this. The face of the dumbbell is not moving here. Come right up to connect to your shoulder. That's our first movement. Our second movement is a standing crunch. So what we're going to do for this, no weights. We're going to put hands on the back of our head like this. And we're going to stay all one side for half and then switch to the 20-second mark. So we're going to connect right elbow to our left knee like this. I'll tell you guys when it's halfway. And we'll switch to here. All right? You can get out of that plank, shake it out, because we've got hammer curls starting in 10 seconds. So grab your dumbbells. Again, we're not changing hand position here. It's coming straight up and straight down. Let's go. We're here and we're here. If it feels better, you can also do these alternating. You want to keep those elbows nice and close to your body. And this is a move for your biceps, so that muscle in your arm that we all want to see. These are great for that. For a lot of people, these feel a lot better on your shoulders than a traditional bicep curl. You want to keep those shoulders peeled back. We're getting the work in the right spot. 2, 1, rest. So you got 20 seconds rest before we go into those crunches. If you're new here, we work hard for 40 seconds, rest for 20. Go to that second movement. Same thing, repeat that 3 times. I'll walk you through it. All you got to do is work hard. All right, we've got standing crunches. We're going to do right elbow to left knee in 2, 1, let's go. So if you can put a little bounce into this, sometimes it makes it easier to keep the rhythm here. Now think about squeezing that core. And at the halfway mark, we're going to switch. In 3, 2, 1, switch. Left elbow to right knee. If you can't do these fast, that's okay too. Do them at a speed that feels good to you.
10 seconds.
2, 1, rest. Shake it out for 20 seconds. We're going back to hammer curls. Woo. All right. Arms and core today. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Remember, the head of the dumbbell is staying straight the whole time. I like to think about it connecting right up with my shoulder here. Now you want to pick a weight for these that by the end of these 40 seconds, your arms are on fire. If they're not, you're not lifting heavy enough. Now on the flip side, if you notice your form is getting really bad, you're swinging a bunch like this, that means it's too heavy, drop the weights. Rest. For example, I'm using 10 pounds and I'm tired by the end of that. So if you're using like super heavy ones and your form is not good, drop the weight. Form matters more than anything else. 3, back to standing crunches, right elbow, left knee, let's go. 1. And think about that twisting motion. Keep breathing. 2, 1, switch sides, left elbow, right knee.
10 seconds.
1, rest. That movement too, you're actually getting a follow-up from yesterday's glute day. You're getting a little secret glute workout for that standing leg from a stability standpoint. So you're welcome. Yesterday's leg day was a tough one. If you didn't do that, go back and do that. 3, 2, 1. Hammer curls, last round here. Let's go. Remember, if the first 2 rounds felt too light and you have access to a heavier set of dumbbells, give it a go. If you don't, one thing you can also do to increase the intensity, use those same weights, but on the way down, go nice and slow. That creates more time under tension for your muscles. Even just slowing down the movement here. My biceps are screaming. Three, 2, 1, rest. Woo! 15 seconds. We're going back into our last round of crunches here. Shake them out. You should be feeling those bicep curls right in the front here. Here we go. Hands up. Right elbow to left knee in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, get that crunch in and squeeze. Mind-muscle connection is a real thing. If you can think about the muscle that you're trying to work, you're scientifically proven to get a more effective workout in. Like those bicep curls, if you think about what your bicep muscle is actually doing during those, switch, left elbow, right knee. You're gonna be able to activate more of those muscle fibers. So same thing here, think about your core and what it's doing here. Now, right after we're done here in 5 seconds, we're going back into those planks, the plank punches. We're all doing it together. 1, everybody down, 40 seconds of plank punches, then you get your rest. I promise you get a true minute-long rest after this where you can grab some water. Plank punches, try your best not to let your hips sway. Hands stay stacked under your shoulders. If you can't do the punches, just hold this high plank. "15 seconds. Three, 2, 1, rest. All right, grab some water. I'm going to explain the next 2 movements here. Our first movement, we're going to grab those dumbbells again. We've got some tricep kickbacks. For tricep kickbacks, I like to put my thumb right where the numbers are, just for a little extra wrist stability. And then what we're doing here, we're in a standing position. We're hinging at our hips for a nice flat back. Our hands are coming up like we're in a row, right? Elbows connected to our side. And all we're doing is extending at the elbow. You should feel this right in the back of your arm here. That's our tricep kickback. Our second movement here is a dumbbell halo. So this one might be new to some of us, but basically what we're gonna do, just like you would hold like this in a goblet position, what we're actually gonna do, hook our hands around like this, and just like it sounds, this dumbbell is going to make a halo around my head here. I'm actually gonna take this bun out because I totally forgot before this. Now the key here is you're not trying to move your head, you're just trying to move the dumbbell around your head. We're gonna go 20 seconds one way, and then 20 seconds the opposite direction. So take your last few sips of water here. If you have a bun in like me, you might want to move that to a low bun or a ponytail, because it's gonna get in the way. But we've got tricep kickbacks here in 10 seconds. Now another way to do tricep kickbacks, if you're more comfortable with it, we're starting in 3, 2, 1. If you have something like a couch like this, you could do one hand at a time. If 2 is too much. I'm gonna do it like this for the first round. Again, it's the same movement. In 2, 1, if you're like me, we're gonna switch hands now. But if you don't have something to lean onto, and you just like doing two at the same time, you can do it standing.
10 seconds.
3, 2, 1, rest. Having something like this to lean onto is really good too, especially if you're trying to do two like this and you're finding yourself bending or your back is arching like this. This just gives you that extra bit of stability here. All right, in 5 seconds, we're going to those halos. Everybody up, holding the dumbbell like this. Now again, my head is not moving. And whichever direction you're going right now, we're gonna switch at the halfway mark. This is great for core stability. This is great for your shoulders. It's a little bit of everything. Switch. So just rotate whichever way your circle was going there. Now, in order for this to be a core workout, you've got to remember to engage your core. One thing that might happen as you start to get tired, you see your back arching like this. Hips stacked over your ankles. 1, rest. Keep those hips nice and stacked, core tight. That's how you protect your lower back here. We're going back to tricep extensions here in 10 seconds. And again, you can do these 2 at the same time or 1 leaning up against something. If you squeeze at the top, you'll also feel a little more too. Two, 1. Switch if you're doing single arm. If you are doing single arm, you're going to want to be in a staggered stance position. So I have the dumbbell in my left hand right now. My left foot is a little bit further back than my right. And then my right hand is connected to the couch right now. 2, 1, rest. 20 seconds, and we're going back to some halos. If those halos are feeling a little easy, up the weight. And again, really focus on your core and not letting your back pull one of these. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, let's go. You want to try and keep that circle as close to your head as possible without moving your head. 2, 1, switch direction of your circle. Remember, keep that core tight, back flat. Three, 2, 1, rest. All right. One more round here. We should be feeling it, we should be sweating. Woo! You guys get to enjoy my dance moves. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tricep kickbacks, let's go. Remember, if you are doing them leaning up against something, you're gonna stagger your feet. So I have the dumbbell in my right hand. My left hand is extended out, touching the couch. Left foot forward, right foot is back. Both knees are slightly bent. Switch. And I'm only bending and extending at my elbow to target that tricep muscle, which is the back of your upper arm. And you should be feeling it, not squeeze harder at the top. 2, 1, rest. So in 15 seconds, we're gonna go do our last round of halos. Immediately after, we've got 40 seconds of plank punches, and then you guys are done for the day. That's a lie. You're not done for the day. You're done for this superset. 2, 1, let's go. I lied again. You guys are done for the day after this. Woo! I'm getting myself mixed up. You guys are probably like, wait, we already did 2 supersets. Is there more today? No. Just 2 supersets. Remember, keep that core nice and tight. A lot of this is about stability. Switch the direction of your circle. Sorry, I called that one a little late. Your brain is not working today. 3, 2, 1. Back into plank punches here. Everybody down. We got 40 seconds. Let's go. I know this burns. I know your arms are on fire. If you need to, drop down to your knees. But if you can, let's stay up here. Here we go, 10 seconds. If punches are too much, just hold that high plank. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Awesome work today. Flex those muscles. You guys worked hard today. Whew, I can't even flex right now. My arm's so tired. Good work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.